Activate your millionaire mindset. I am your transformational mentor. I help you transform your mindset. I help you transform your health. I help my students transform and hence get the results with their health, with their wealth, with their faith, with their relationships, and their purpose in life. Come and join us. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. I am David Horst, and welcome. So this is my podcast, my YouTube video, my TikTok, whatever social media you're listening to or watching, or however it's coming to, carrier pigeon, however. Excellent. So what's the subject for today? Retirement. Think about that. Retirement. What does retirement mean to you? Now, the reason I'm talking about this subject, this morning when I was at Mass, I bumped into a friend of mine, same age as me, 65 years old. In fact, I turned 65 about 2 weeks ago. And he said to me when I was talking to him after Mass, he said to me he just retired a week ago, literally retired a week ago. Here he is, professional man. I think I can't remember what he is, whatever he does. He knows what he does, so does his boss. But here's the interesting thing. At 65, with all that knowledge and skill and experience and goodbye, we don't need you. Here's the interesting thing here is the interesting thing with retirement. You go literally from hero to zero. Everybody's talking to you. Everybody wants a piece of what you're doing, and next time when you retire, nobody wants to talk to you. Very interesting. Now, retirement is an interesting concept and an interesting space where, depending on the individual, how do you set up your retirement? Are you geared for it? Have you planned for it literally from your 20s? Sounds crazy. And here's the interesting thing. That I'm talking about my generation, the new boys in the block, the new people, the 40-year-olds, the 30-year-olds, and the 20-year-olds in today's modern world. Very different space. Retirement means a very different thing to them. Some of them could retire early, meaning they've actually got the traction from a financial point of view that they don't have to go out and share their time and knowledge and skill for money. They could be in a position where they do what they want to, when they want to, with whoever they want to, because they're in that space. And there are a number of people doing that. And the ones I can think of offhand immediately are what do they call it? The laptop lifestyle, who run around the world and work businesses literally online. And there's a number of them. Go to YouTube, go to a few spaces, and you'll find them. And they have various things. They have various products and services. And however, this discussion is not about that. This discussion is retirement and what it means for you. Because my business, which I'm literally really kicking into gear now at the age of 65, when most people are retiring, is called Activate Your Millionaire Mindset. Now think about it. What does retirement mean to you? You've done all of this grind. You've got to this point in your life. You're now at that point where retirement is a gourmet coffee break. Or is it that space where you've ground your body physically and mentally to the point where you are hammered and you literally just go into the grave? When you look at the statistics of the masses, when they retire and how long it takes them to actually pass away, is actually quite sad. People work until they're 65 and then they pass away in the next 2-3 years. Really sad. Now, here's the interesting thing. How many people working in a career sacrifice things and now they look at it and say, wow. And the one I can think of is particularly when parents have young kids, and they go to work before the kid wakes up, and they get home after the kid has gone to sleep. So literally during the week, from Monday to Friday, they don't see their child. They only see their child on a weekend. Yeah, interesting. I mean, I was just driving past a place the other day, and they say we take kids from 6 weeks, and then it's a school, that they're right up to grade 12. And I thought, wow, that is really tough, particularly for a woman, to give up a 6 weeks old baby and go back to work. Man, that is tough. To do what? To retire at 65 and do what? Sit on your hands and do nothing. I've looked at my age group, a number of people around me are retiring, and they are retired. And sometimes I look at them and I say, what are you doing? What do you actually get up and do? Why do you get up in the morning? Look, my schedule is, I love it. My schedule is getting happier and busier and moving forward, but it's not about me. This conversation is not about me. It's about you and what retirement means to you and where your planning is. And hopefully the youngsters are looking at this and saying, yeah, start planning it now, whatever age you're at. Not only from a financial point of view of putting that process in the bank and having the investments and multiple income streams. I mean, I'm talking to a business owner and he's got a successful business, but here's the problem. Him and his wife work in the same business, which that on its own has its challenges. But his entire financial future and security is wrapped up in one business. One business. And by the way, he's a one-man show to the point that everything pivots around him. He has a problem, business has a problem. The question is, what happens when you want to go away for 6 weeks? I love the way Robert Kiyosaki puts it. That's the man from Rich Dad, Poor Dad, where he says, for people who run their own business, business owners, small business owners, not corporates, small business owners. What happens when you go away for 6 weeks? And a lot of small business owners put their hands on their head and go, Aish, I go away for 6 weeks, one of two things will happen. When I return, I won't have a business, or it'll be absolute chaos. Poor planning, poor strategy. Now, ideally, you take that 6 weeks off and you go and do whatever you want to do. And here's the other thing with retirement. One of my mentors, who's in his late 70s, says, design a life that you don't need to take a holiday. Your entire life incorporates that lifestyle, that your life is a holiday. And that's also when you think of it from a retirement point of view. Be in a space where you're doing things that absolutely fulfill you in every aspect. Look, it's easier said than done. But here's the thing, it's a mindset and it's a process. And a lot of these things, I mean, one of my guys I was talking to today, he was showing me all the stuff, because I've just had a power failure here, and he was showing me all the stuff he had. And I said, you blessed, you work from home. And he said, yes, I do. It's taken a couple of years to get to that point, because, he's got all the backup systems, the water and the gas and the electricity and. So, a lot of people think they're just going to go bing tomorrow. No, these things take time, effort, energy to do that. Think of any household. Walk into any person's house and you look at this house and you say, wow, it's beautiful, and everything flows and works. That's taken sometimes decades to get to that point. Also, with the working and the skill levels of the husband and wife and the whole family to get this thing to work to that point. You don't just push a button and bing, it happens. Think about it. I'm just standing here doing my thing, and I've got a drawer here with my stationery, various things in my stationery. That stationery drawer didn't happen overnight. Oh, I needed that, went and bought it. Oh, I needed that, went and bought it. Now I've got most of the things I need. When I say most of the things, I'm sure there'll be something down the line that I'll need, and say, okay, go and buy it. But here's the interesting thing with the retirement and the plan and the process that you put in your head. It's about mindset. And it doesn't happen where you turn 65, and particularly when you work for a corporate, they literally say, Mr. So-and-so, please give us your access card, pack your stuff, and security will escort you out the building. What do you mean? No, you're 65. Corporates, that's what happens. Goodbye. No matter how skilled you are or experienced you are, goodbye. That's how corporates work. A lot of companies and corporates work like that. Goodbye. Now, it's a different story when you work for yourself, like myself. I don't see myself retiring because what I'm doing is I love what I do. I help people. As I get older, I can help more people. More knowledge, more skill, more wisdom. Is there a shortage of people that need help? Hell no. It's also a mindset. And I like the way, I think it was Robert Kiyosaki put it, where he said, the people who need it the most move towards it the least. And the people who need it the least are the ones who generally go and do that. One of my mentors was talking, he says, he's got a disease. I said, what disease is that? He said, he cannot walk past a bookshop without buying a book. I thought, cool. It's a pretty cool disease to have. Think of this. One of my mentors, Jim Rohn, says, most people have a huge television, this big television, and a tiny library. Flip the script. Have a tiny television. In fact, don't have a television. They're a waste of time because there's rhubarb on television. Don't have a television and spend that time, effort, energy, and money in buying books. Books can educate you in just about every single thing on the planet. And look, in our modern world now, we've got two friends that are very powerful, which I never had when I was a youngster. Google and YouTube. You can literally go into that and type how to, and you will have whatever you want, and you'll have no shortage of information. It's about a mindset. Talking about mindset, I say to the youngsters, when I grew up without a cell phone, I grew up without a computer, and I grew up without television. And a lot of the youngsters look at me and say, how the hell did you survive not having those things? We learned to communicate. We learned to play. And here's the interesting thing, and it's also a mindset for those getting retired. Boredom can be a good thing. Why? Sparks creativity. Think of that. When you retire and now you've got all this time on your hands, hopefully you've got your health and you've got the finances. Go and do something you've always wanted to do and never had the time and never had the money and never had the space. And now you do. You retired. You got the time. Look, my friend who's just retired, it's a week. Literally, today's Thursday. He retired last Friday. So it's his first week of waking up and saying, I don't have to go to the office. I don't have to go to the office. Here's the difference with my mindset and my business. I don't have to do anything. I do it by choice, by discipline. That's what I want to do. That's my purpose, as opposed to saying, oh, I've got to go to work. Yeah. I was watching one of the guys on YouTube the other day, and he was a doctor, and he said he talks about goal setting and the reverse goal setting. He said he hated Sunday nights because he used to start thinking, oh, crumbs, I've got to go to work. And he was a doctor. It's not like it was a Mickey Mouse career that he had. He was a doctor. So there's the thing. Look, when you're retiring, who says you can't pick up another career? With all that knowledge and skill and wisdom and experience, please try and pick another career, not in the same space where you're at. Diversify. And the world we're moving into with disruption in 4 huge industries and AI coming in, and wow, you could really get your teeth into something that you enjoy. Imagine doing something that you enjoy as opposed to doing it because you have to and it pays the bills. Wow, what a different change of mindset and a different way of thinking. I'm doing this because I'm passionate about it, because I love it, because I want to do it, not because I have to do it. Look, we've all been in that space where you've had to do certain things. We've all had careers or places or spaces we've been in where we didn't have too much choice, not too much wiggle room. But think about it. That's why I'm saying, what does retirement mean to you? Regardless of the age you're at. When you think about that, you might be in the middle of your career and you're moving ahead and you're moving and grooving. What does retirement mean to you? Do you want to retire on your terms, or do you want to retire when the company says goodbye and boots you out? Or you have a medical problem, or something else happens and you have to retire early. There's a reality. So hopefully I've stirred the gray matter and you actually look at retirement and think of retirement. Get your mindset in the right space, because that's what it's about. Do you want to retire and just fade away into insignificance and just die and there we go, next? Or do you want to make that time? Now you've got the time, the effort, the energy, the passion to say, now's the time I'm going to make my mark. How's that for a plan? How's that for a mindset? Now I've got no distractions. I've got no boss in the space. I can spend 24/7 doing what I want to do. Pick something worthy, please. Pick something that will leave a legacy. Pick something that you enjoy. Look, it might take you a bit of time to look and have a look and see. Please don't go and spend your time tinkering in the garage and fixing your old classic car, because what happens? Once you've done that, it's done. And by the way, classic cars, that is yesterday's technology. That is the horse and carriage. We're moving towards the electric vehicle. So get your headspace, get your mindset moving and grooving and going forward. So I'll leave you with this. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay blessed, and most important, remember, you are light. When you like what you've seen or heard and it's brought value to your life, please like, comment, subscribe, whatever platform you're on, or subscribe, like, comment, whichever it is. Please do one of the three, or ideally all three. Peace be with you.